Pelicans Postgame Report. Flash Report.
Yo, what up, y'all? We up in this piece ready to spit some major bars on Pelicans basketball. But before I do, shout out to PPR, Big Q, and DC. I am Lexxah Drew, a contributor for the PPR podcast squad. Kudos and Happy New Year to all the listeners. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Definitely want to kick off 2024 the right way. Starting the year off with the W against the Brooklyn Nets. As you all already know, the month of December was the Pelicans' easiest schedule, going 9-5. Some of those games, the Pelicans could have won. Some of them were embarrassing. But, with that being said, currently, the Pelicans are sitting on top of the Southwest Division and ranked number 6 in the West after Utah destroyed the Dallas Mavericks. Not too bad, but still keeping things in perspective. Got a tough schedule ahead. Are the Pelicans ready? So I can be politically correct and say, yes, of course, the Pelicans are ready. No doubt about it. But theoretically, let's be honest. Ready or not, here it comes. The Pelicans are about to be battle tested. They're about to be challenged. They're about to go up against some good teams. Now, we know that the Pelicans can play very well against the best teams in the league. We've seen that. Everyone that's ranked above them in the West, the Pelicans have beaten those teams. So we know that they can beat the teams, but now it's that C word. It's that C word. Consistency. Part of being ready is knowing your identity. And the Pelicans have struggled throughout the season understanding and knowing their identity. Not only just as a team, but the coaching staff as well. We can't let the coaching staff off the hook. I mean, we've all seen, the replays and the games, and we see what's going on out there. And I know a lot of you all have heard me talking about it. Like, the coaching staff has been a problem. And it kind of concerns me as far as how far can this team go with Willie Green at the helm as the head coach. But regardless of that, there has to be a collective improvement with the team and the coaching staff. Guys are healthy. The core has been available, so that excuse of guys not being available is dormant and hopefully laid to rest for the foreseeable future. So we don't have to be concerned with that part, and hopefully from here on out. But understanding and knowing your identity is important, especially when you're talking about being ready for this upcoming schedule. We've seen other teams down the stretch in close games understand who they are. They know what they're trying to do. They know their strengths. They know who their go-to guy is. They know their sets, their plays. They're showing patience and staying poised to execute those plays. These areas have been a major problem for the Pels, and perhaps addressing these things could be a New Year resolution for the Pels, amongst other minute scenarios. So we have some battles against the T-Wolves, who are the number 1 seed in the West right now. Clippers, they're doing very well right now. The Kings, they're probably going to want some revenge because we've already beaten them 3 times. The Warriors, even though the Warriors aren't doing too great overall or in the West, they still the Warriors. And, the Pelicans, haven't been doing too great against this team. The Nuggets, defending champs, they got to put them up there. The Mavs, they're in the division, so that's always going to be a battle. The Suns, Utah again that personal vendetta. OKC, I believe they're like number 2 or top 3 in the West right now. The Bucks, the Celtics, Celtics number 1 in the East right now, and Houston Rockets. Now, I didn't name everybody. There's still some teams that I kind of skipped around, but these are the most notable teams as far as the back-to-back battles that we are going to be having with some quality teams that have strong identities. They know who they are. They execute very well down the stretch. These are those type of teams. But one thing, just looking at that whole schedule, we got to stay focused. We got to get this. We got to be locked in and be ready for this month. And that's just for the month of January. But one thing I will say, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And these teams right here, hey, they'll definitely make you stronger. I don't know what the end record is going, as far as the end result record is going to be for this month, but I hope by the end, the identity of this team is stronger in a positive direction. And if not, we know the trade deadline is right around the corner, or a coaching change could happen. Now, I know y'all like, oh, dang, Lex. I'm just saying, this is a business, right? I mean, nothing that I'm saying is like made up. I mean, it is what it is. That's part of the business of the NBA. So, I mean, we always have those options. But obviously, we would love for the team to get it together, because there's so much upside to this team to really be successful, to really do some things in the playoffs. We about to see what's up with this Pelican squad with this upcoming schedule, because this upcoming schedule is no joke. Right now, we have 3 guys on our team in Zion Williamson, Brandon Ingram, and CJ McCollum, who are averaging 20-plus points a game. They are the only 3 players within an organization that are averaging 20-plus points on their respective squad. No other team is doing that in the league. Now, I look at that and it's like, well, why isn't our record better than what it is? Well, they haven't played a whole lot together. We understand that. But now it's time to put it all together. The 3-point shooting has been improving, but I still don't feel that teams are bought into the Pelicans' 3-point shooting. Which brings me to Zion Williamson. He has to continue to do more. He has to continue to expand his game. I really do believe that in order for this team to really be where it needs to be, as far as going into the making it into the playoffs and going far into the playoffs, Zion has to go to a whole nother level, a whole nother gear. He has that ability to do that. Some may disagree, but hey, when this team isn't doing well, is losing, or isn't playing up to par, we know who's on the receiving end of the criticism, the shame, the blame, and all that jazz. The world has been in consensus when it comes to that. But that's all I got for y'all. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Put in the comments your thoughts on the upcoming schedule. Are your Pelicans ready? I am Lexxah Drew, and I'm out, y'all.
Subscribe now and stay up to date for all things New Orleans Pelicans.